Hey guys, what is up? Classic Guy here, coming back with another figure review where today we're taking a look at the new Iron Man Mark III Marvel Legends figure. I've had this figure pre-ordered for the longest time along with a bunch of the other Infinity Saga figures, but they unfortunately haven't arrived yet. So today we're taking a look at the Mark III and this figure looks great. The first Iron Man movie for me is my favourite movie out of the whole MCU films. It is so good. I don't know why I like it so much. I remember when it came out, I remember going to the cinema with my dad to see it, and I still watch it all the time. So when this figure was announced, I knew I had to pick it up. I mean, it does really look awesome, and just the whole vibe for me with that Iron Man 1 film, it was a for sure purchase. So he's finally arrived, and let's take a closer look at him. But before we do, guys, if you do me a massive favour, go down to that comment section, let me know what you think of Iron Man 1, let me know what your favourite MCU let me know what your favourite MCU movie is, and while you're down there, guys, if you could hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well. Let's not wait any longer, let's take a closer look at this Mark III Iron Man. So here we have Iron Man in box, and I do really like this box. You've got a nice embossed logo at the top here, Iron Man Mark III, same logo, Legends. You've got the display, the Infinite Saga, Iron Man Mark III again, nice Avengers logo. I don't really know why they'd have the Avengers logo when it's the first film in Iron Man Mark III, but whatever, just to do with the Infinity Saga, I guess. Nice artwork at the side here, really like those colours, I love the artwork there, that's pretty cool. Just the same on this side, it looks like it's just flipped. Yeah, and you've got the poster for the first Iron Man movie, Iron Man Mark III. If you want to read that right up there, just pause now, and then just a bunch of mumbo jumbo at the bottom. Let's not wait any longer, guys. I cannot wait for this figure. Let's get him out the box. Here we go. Here is Iron Man out of the packaging. Oh, he looks awesome. Let's just look at the accessories first, because he comes with quite a lot of wee things here. We'll go for these hands. These are kind of open blast reactor hands, and they look very decent. Not much really wrong with it. Here you've got the, whatever you'd call this, it's just a lot of metal, I guess, sticking out on top. You're just gonna slot the pegs in there, and that's what it looks like from the front. So really nice. I'm glad we get these interchangeable ones. Just the same here, looking a bit better with the paintwork on this one actually. But yeah, glad we get these interchangeable hands. Who knows what this is at the moment? I'm presuming it slots in the figure somewhere, but I really do not know. I'll take a closer look at the figure in a second, and hopefully we'll spy that. You've got these wrist rockets. I think it will probably go in the wrist. I'm not 100% sure, but really nice detail there. They look like two big bullets. Loving that. Nice paintwork, like the gold. And then I believe this is a sort of shield to deflect incoming bullets, so I'm presuming all this goes on the wrist. Here is the helmeted head, and this looks spot on. I love this head sculpt. This definitely looks like the best Iron Man helmet head sculpt we've got so far. Here is the Endgame Iron Man that we'll compare to the whole figure later on. And just the gold in the sculpt is just slightly better. You can see the gold, whoa, the gold faceplate sticks out a lot more compared to this Endgame figure, which didn't come out too long ago. This isn't the new one, this is the first release. Still waiting on the new one arriving, but I definitely think this head sculpt's just a lot better. The red and the gold pop in the sculpt just looks spot on. So let's just take a closer look at the figure himself, and that head sculpt looks awesome. I love the way the helmet comes up. You still got all the detail in the helmet, but then the face popping through there, I mean, that looks so good, and it looks way better in person. I bought the Thanos Iron Man 2-pack before I got this, because the Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt in that 2-pack looks insane. It looks the best Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt from any company. I mean, it's up there with Hot Toys in my opinion. Just the 6-inch scale, it's way better than the SH Figure Arts, better than the Mafex. Marvel Legends look like they've blown it out the water with that head sculpt. And this one, I wouldn't say it's as good, but it's not far off it at all. I mean, look at it. It looks so much better in hand than I think the pictures let on. So yeah, I'm really buzzing for the other head sculpt, but this one is top notch as well, and absolutely no complaints. Especially, once again, we'll compare the full figure later on, but look at the difference there. That is insane. You've got your Mark III armor here. I really like the arc reactor and the way it looks like it's glowing. The paint, the red and gold are absolutely fantastic. And there we go. That's where everything's going to slot in there. Man, I don't even know where to start. It just looks so good. Just see for yourselves, I guess. I mean, just look at all the detail in there. The paint looks really good. No problem so far. The arms and the hands look, they look great. There's nothing to really say about them. They're a bit plain. There's no paint on the arc reactor on the inside there. But overall, man, this looks so good. I'm kind of struggling to line up the top with the bottom, but it's not a massive problem there. You can see it a bit better there. Kind of need to push it down a wee bit. Yeah. The legs look great. I think in terms of armor, the Mark III is definitely one of my favourites. I think the Mark X just takes a place just above this one for me because I like the metal in the legs in the Mark X, but the Mark III is definitely up there. Got detail down at the bottom here. I would like maybe just a wee bit more paint on these holes, but nah, this is really, really nice. Even the joints there, you can see that knee joint. It looks like part of the armor. That's really nice. So just for a few comparisons, I think this is a Civil War Iron Man. It might be Age of Ultron, I'm really not sure. It's one of the two. And I got this cheap on eBay a while ago. I really like the open head sculpt. And to just compare once again, I mean, look how far Hasbro have come with these. This isn't even that bad, but this is just so much more realistic. And yeah, I mean, you can see with the sculpt and everything in the paint, it's crazy. It is crazy, the difference. In terms of the armor and everything, obviously it is different armored. I don't have another Mark III Iron Man figure, but I think the paint just looks way better on this one. It just doesn't pop as much as this new one here. And then for another comparison, we have the first release Endgame Iron Man. I'm still waiting on the new one again, but this is the first release. He does have a really loose waist. For that reason, I managed to get him dirt cheap on eBay, even though it's not too much of a problem. I do love this armor as well, but once again, comparing these two, I don't know, just the paint just doesn't pop enough. Like the gold and red on this are just so intense. And once again, I know it's not the same armor, but when you compare them side by side, I don't know, they just fall short that wee bit. This Iron Man is the best Iron Man Marvel Legends I have at the moment, and I cannot wait for the new Endgame one. And here is our Mark III Iron Man next to my favourite Captain America that I've got in my collection. And yeah, I mean, they're standing pretty much what I'd expect. All this armour and everything, you would expect them to just be a wee bit taller. And yeah, this Captain America still holds up a wee bit. It's not as photorealistic as Iron Man here, but not too bad, and they definitely look good side by side. So this figure is just out of the box. I'm presuming he's going to be pretty stiff, but we'll give it a go and run over the articulation. He can look about that far up. He's going to look that far down. That's pretty cool, like that. You can get him left and right, and you can rotate that all the way around. He does pivot as well, so great range of movement there. This can move up and down. This is pretty loose in there, like bendy material, so that's going to move up with the arm, and that's going to go about that far up anyway. About that far in, you can move. Can't really move that backward and forward very well. It feels like it might break if I move it too much. That's a bit odd. I don't know if it's just the joint. Ooh, there we go. It's moving a bit more. Yes, it's on a bit of a ratchet joint, it feels like. I don't want to move that about too much with how stiff it is. Probably better taking a hairdryer to it. He's also got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, if I can get that to move. Oh, once again, a bit stiff. He definitely needs some playing around with. Oh no, we need to slot in the things there. You can get the wrist moving about a fair bit, but this is kind of restricting it at the same time. Same articulation in this arm. You've got this torso movement. You can move that a wee bit. You can get it down, back, and a wee bit left and right. Get the leg kicking about that far forward. Get it kicking about that far back. Good range of movement there. About that far out to the side. He's got this upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. These are pretty stiff, but there we go. Can move that foot backwards and forwards, and a bit of a pivot as well. So there we have our new Mark III Iron Man, and I just absolutely love him. Just the sculpt and the paintwork alone, just absolutely, they smash it out the ballpark with this figure. I definitely need to give him a bit more of a play around, get him a bit loosen up for some more poses and pictures that I'll post on my Instagram, and I'll leave that in the description below if you want to go check that out. But overall, I absolutely love this guy. He comes with a great amount of accessories and interchangeable pieces. The head sculpts are the best Iron Man head sculpts that I've got in my collection so far. As I said, I'll hopefully get that Endgame 2-pack anytime now, and I'll make a video on that when I get him in hand. But until then, this is the best Iron Man I've got, and it's easy to see why. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Have you picked this guy up yourself? Are you going to get him? What do you think of him? Is he the best? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you disagree? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, guys, if you do me a massive favour, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button as well for future videos on figures such as this guy right here. And with all that being said, guys, as always, I'll catch yous on the flip-flop later. Cheers.